What are you waiting for? Do it!
Elon Musk's SpaceX acquires Elon Musk's XAI in a $1.25 trillion deal. Gaming community after reading that apps could be responsible for more predative microtransaction in games. When you thought your social life was going well but your friend hits you with a "can we talk?" Cast it into the batter. Fry it. No. What a year, huh? Captain, it's February. This is what happens when you turn on the Wi-Fi. When the Fallout season finale is the same day as the finale of the last treaty limiting nuclear arsenals. You should obsess about celebrities and influencers. I'm not an idiot. AI. Artificial intelligence. Actually Indians. Never knew this was an option. When you Google an issue for solutions but you are apparently the only person on the entire effing planet who has your problem. Boys' washroom during exam. Generic boss battle theme. There's a sick violin. A firefighting drone crashes and causes a fire. You became what you swore to destroy. Me. They were out of your treats at the store. My dog. I'm not angry at you, just disappointed. Huh. Oh my god, I can't afford to buy clothes from my favorite brand anymore. Me can't afford to eat dinner. Yes, very sad. Anyway. We put the cheese on top of the lettuce on our tacos so it falls off and gets on your lap and all over your car, you piece of shit. Post hangout affirmations. I was normal. There are at least 2 or 3 people alive who are worse to spend time with than me. No one wants me to lie. Nobody noticed when I missed my mouth a little bit and spilled some Diet Coke down my shirt. The moment I realized that if I slept 3 hours a day instead of 12 I would have reached this point in my life back in 2014. Elon. Trump. Ferb. This one's looking at both of us at the same time. Epps files. Chattering. Josh Gad escaping doorman just in time to voice Olaf in Frozen 3. New entry to game series I love has been released. Single player requires an internet connection. Oh yeah, and F the month day year format. Day month year format makes no sense. It does make sense. Day month year. Majority of the world's countries. Year month day. China, Japan, Korea, Iran. Month day year. USA. When you get a Zoom invite but it's just you, your boss and HR manager. Me helping dad thinking I'm doing a good job. Shine the effing light where I'm working. Reading the news each morning. Facts. Satire. Welcome time travelers. If you think about it closely, we now know why no time travelers went to Stephen Hawking's time traveler party. Sir boyfriend. 3 years in prison for attempted ladder. Get out and make TikToks. Why is Japan like this? Is she single? Every single day there is something to do and I'm sick of it. Me every time the sky gets pretty. I'm 37. Instead of regretting that I can't wake up at age 18 again, I pretend to myself that I'm 90 and I have woken up at age 37 again and that I get to magically wonderfully have the next 50 years again. Animate. Adobe. Gunshots. Of course Adobe would do this. Border Patrol telling me to park and turn off the engine. Half a blunt I forgot about in the ashtray of the RV. Me crossing Canadian or US border. In the public restroom but there is no tissue around. Sacrificing my undergarments. Hey bud, how are you doing? Well, I can't say I'm thriving, but I'm surviving. What are you doing though? Oh, I'm digging my own grave, LMAO. Goodbye cruel world. Reasons why AI can't replace me. Expensive, cheap, requires stable power and network, can work anywhere, no emotional manipulation, get manipulated by free snacks, constant updates, coffee. Back in my day I had to charge my laptop and log into Zoom to attend school. You kids will never understand half the struggle. Was just invited to an event that doesn't start until late in the evening. I'm sorry but not all of us are on powder. My AI in 10 years. Me in 10 years. Adulting hits when you understand that weekends exist purely for recovery, not for actual fun. My 4-year-old daughter and 5-year-old son were playing with a tablet and uploaded about 50 pictures of his boo to a cloud account, which was subsequently flagged. Do we need a lawyer? Do people agree with the YouTuber because the YouTuber presented a convincing argument with good points and evidence? No, people just jump on a bandwagon. Never understood unskippable ads. Is this supposed to convince me to buy your product? You're just being an inconvenience for me instead. I don't want to alarm anyone, but according to my toddler there is a burglar who broke in not to steal anything but a bed. It definitely wasn't him. Be safe out there, everyone. Have love after having a dog. Remarkable creatures, trainable and responsive. I have so much to say. Schrödinger after having one cat. Scientifically speaking, the essence of cat is unknowable. Alright gentlemen, why are our profits declining? Sell them what we want. Sell them what they want. Don't think about it so much, me. The people at the slot machines watching as I pull out a photo of a clover and 2 batteries and use demonic magic to remove the lemons and cherries from the machine. Circle the smallest number, not bad kid. Me blaming the 10,000 human ancestors refusing to life from the aftermath of Toba super eruption 75,000 years ago. Now I have to pay taxes and deal with unsustainable inflation. When someone has the same opinion as you but it's the person you don't like. Donald Trump loves McDonald's because it's the only successful business on earth with his name on it. When I returned back exercising after a while and I stopped for a bit to catch my breath. Lies. Nobody. France in World War II. You accidentally found a genie and you can only make 3 wishes. What would you wish for? 1. Unlimited money. 2. Can never get sick. 3. When I come back as a 15-year-old and continue my life with my first and second wish. 1938, 1966, 2002, 2025. Bye. Make sure to have a safe flight. I mean, I'll try, but I'm not the one flying the effing plane, Beth. Not cameraman, it's Catmaraman. Name 5 black metal bands. Name 5 people who feel safe around you. Name 5 parents that love you. You're not supposed to have more than 2 parents, buddy. Me trying to explain to my cat why he can't have any more treats. My cat. I turned around and for a brief second thought my cat was flying away when I was gardening. I said, "Excuse me sir," to get by this 7-year-old boy today, and he said, "Mom, he called me sir," and she said, "That means you're a grown man now, you gotta start paying rent." Devices now. My phone broke today. You have to be so careful, am I right? Devices then. The TV's still not working. Punch it harder. Basic human needs. 1. Water. 2. Oxygen. 3. Yet another Microsoft product full of viruses. Jeff Epps to William Afton for some reason. Well, I just wanna say that I'm a huge fan. Honestly, has any ton star in history successfully gotten married and raised a family after retirement? Exactly why I watch ton movies till the end to see if they fall in love. Boss, do you want to do overtime? Me, I don't even want to do regular time. Video game at launch, season 5. Baristas really look at you like this, then ask for 20% tip. Who is most dangerous to humanity? People in lying societies writing the funniest effing jokes ever written on God's green earth. Movies before globalization. Movies after globalization. Me when people make fun of Americans online. Realizing President of America is always online. Remembering America has nukes, which they have already used twice. Villains in Batman 1966 carefully preparing a trap for Batman and Robin only for them to escape with some random gadget named Bat Mock Dissolver. Harry, can we name our kid after Fred? Now let's name him after the teacher who bullied me and used me my whole childhood. Bought plumbing, lost $30 of dignity. Me choosing the healthiest bread to spread Nutella on. Seeing the internet be mean to Odessa Razion, meanwhile I'm just sitting here like. Yelling do a flip to your friend on the diving board. Yelling do a flip to the a-hole driver that just cut you off. For best results use other side. We're not going to make it, are we? Freak the F out and panic sell everything right now. It's effing over. Asking store employee where the product is. Walking around the store like an idiot for 15 minutes. When you think you found a funny video but the top comment is this is why RAM is $900. Bro bought the battle pass. Odyssey, you have literal orcs and cave trolls despite being based on a real battle, but people say it's fine because it's a story being told by one of the characters. 300, I'm based on a myth and am being ridiculed for not being historically accurate when I haven't even come out yet. That doesn't seem fair. Me in the middle of the night for no reason. Me and my best friend sending TikToks to each other all day long saying lol you lol me when actually we both really need to see a therapist. Volleyball, hits the ground, volleyball players. My grandma hid the bread and I hid her dentures, neither of us is having breakfast. First try, this boss doesn't seem difficult, I almost bet him on the first try, 10 tries later, F this game. That was fun. I wasted an entire day playing games and watching anime. I'm happy. You find 3 medkits. The game's auto-saving. I never understood why female underwear has that little bow in the front lol. There was no elastic back in the day so people would tie the underwear with a bow. As time went on the making changed and the bow stayed as an accessory because noisy as a gift. Me remembering only my mom and dad's number, that one kid who memorized the telephone directory. Say goodbye to Tinder, female inmates seeking pen pals. Dogs and ponies realizing they're the show. How it feels using the context clues on question 14 to go back and answer question 8 correctly. Humans telling kitties not to scratch the couch, kitties as they scratch the couch. A truth you can see, a truth you can feel, the realization you're eating this to avoid your thoughts. Your Uber fries at pickup, your fries delivered. This is where I would be if I actually told people what I actually feel. 40%, 80%, 99%, 99%. There's no point in you describing something to me by saying it's as big as a certain number of football fields. I have no idea how big a football field is. Realizing my cousins actually have lives and aren't just characters in the holiday episodes. Imagining the future in the 90s. Imagining the future after 2000. Overheard my 11-year-old daughter record her voicemail greeting. Hi, you have reached my voicemail. When you hear the beep, hang up and send me a text. This generation gets it. I'm glad I learned about parallelograms instead of how to do taxes. It's really come in handy this parallelogram season. Honestly, my job is great, as long as I don't actually go to it. 90% of millennial couples look like this. I hate how painfully accurate this is. My most recent ex and me. When you're smart enough to know your answer is wrong but not smart enough to know the right answer. Just found out Nicki Minaj and Eminem are dating now. Gotta admit this photo proves they're a cute couple. Eating lunch with my older brother. He's more famous than me but it's fine I guess. This man in the gym just proposed and she said no. Well, that didn't work out. Me when someone wants to explain why socialism is bad and starts to explain capitalism. The ultimate hubris of man is that his or her point of view is superior to all others. I have bangs now. Nice haircut liberal. Where did you get it? At the liberal haircut store. Dads when the oven is on. In the summer, in the winter. Me desperately trying to convince the teacher that X video game has perfect material for my school presentation. There's hidden symbolism inside of it. How it feels saying morning instead of good morning. Back in my day, incels on the internet didn't exist. Me waiting for the alcohol to kick in so I can lose my shyness. Even a gangster like me needs a forehead kiss sometimes. He out there protesting spice. Nobody, me and my sibling fighting, mom comes in, us. How it feels being friends with MFs from different countries. Kanye is the most out of control person I know. Rapunzel let down your hair. The sad reality, management, bookisa, decent workers, people who actually know stuff. Not saying my ex is fat, but my memory foam mattress bed took a year to forget her. A young woman gets in your taxi. 9 East 71st Street. Ladies and gentlemen, my father, I'm trying to convince your mother that we need a bigger TV. Come in here, watch the movie for a bit and say my eyes feel strained when I'm watching from the couch. The picture's sharp up close but from far away it's kinda hard to focus. Lol, okay. Bro thinks he's the manager. Me playing a new RPG, nearest orc. Me when I hit the gym. Me when mommy gives me head pats and calls me a good boy. Me, good and stable future, Chinese thirst trap in my feed. Wife, what are you doing? Me, baking soda. Teachers I had when I was a kid, teachers nowadays. Gus Afflestein arrives at the Grammys red carpet. At some point in life you reach an age where you start hearing celebrities' names and have no idea who they are, and it just continues to happen for the rest of your life. If you have got to marry a man, marry one full of joy and whimsy. I grew up afraid of the men in my life coming home from work. My husband comes home from work and immediately starts singing to the cats. When there is nothing interesting going on around the world other than politics, and speaking about it will get you into trouble. Serial killer documentaries be like. He was very charming and irresistible to women. His mugshot. Email from my doctor. We request feedback on your last visit. Women after their skincare routine. Men after using a towel they found outside. Me realizing years later that I fought and made an enemy because I misread a social cue. Free trial. Welcome to premium life. Me, uploading all my files. Day 8. Card charged. Subscription services. Haha psych. Growing up in the 90s, this is what we thought it would look like in 2025. I'm not addicted MFs when they lose their. Who would win? A World War II bad A who knows jujitsu, a heartwarming roundy boy. A long weekend, you work in hospitality. Ever since I was a little girl I knew I wanted to spend half of my day logging into Microsoft Authenticator. He's probably thinking about other women. Why did I start a PhD? What am I doing with my life? A photographer took a picture before and after giving this woman a sword. Me refusing to watch a new show everyone's obsessed with, and then it's 2 years later and I finally watch it and it's the best thing I have ever seen. Doc Hudson caught trying to meet up with a 9-year-old Honda. I have no regrets, Doc Hudson. My non-binary sibling just forwarded this birthday text they got from our grandma. They have been non-binary for like 8 years and apparently grandma's takeaway after all that time is Nathan changed his first name to them. Thanks everyone. I will see you tomorrow. Senior Pan, you are pretty good at this. Not wearing glasses anymore. I have seen enough. My mom, as soon as I turn on my PlayStation, whomst has awakened the ancient one. What's worse than heartbreak? Changing the answer on a test that was originally correct. What some people think masculinity looks like. what masculinity really looks like.
Spare change, ma'am.